Hey, everybody, and welcome to day 458. I love this topic because I have people ask this question all the time. It's a very important discussion because we have been carrying this extra weight for so long. Some of us, our whole lives. Now we found an amazing drug, and it's really helping you lose that weight. And so you're at the beginning of your journey and you're thinking, what should my goal weight be? That's a really big decision. So we're going to talk about goal weight today. And then, you're determining, okay, like, is this a good, healthy place for me to land? And when I land at this goal weight, how is my eating going to change? Like, I have never been at a normal weight before. That's what it was for me. So I knew that my doctor had talked about eating about 1,200 calories for a healthy amount to fuel your body in, to lose weight, to reach your goal weight. Okay, I always knew how to be in diet mode and I knew how to overeat. I had no tools for maintaining a healthy weight. So we're going to talk today about approximately how many calories you need to maintain a healthy weight, to consider how many calories you're burning in general, called basal metabolic rate, and we'll look that up. I'll show you an online calculator that you can use. I will have this slideshow in the description so you can go back and you can take a look at the tables because it's super interesting, but it's a lot to take in. So I'll have it there for reference if you want to go back and take a look. Whenever you're ready to look at it, it's there and waiting for you. This was taken from the National Institute of Health, and let's take a look at it. BMI is valid for most men and women. Right here is me. I'm around 5'7". And so it talked about, this is me when I started, right here at the top of the obese range. And then how many of y'all share in our community? I've reached the overweight range. And I love cheering you on because absolutely, it's a moment to stop and celebrate when you're out of the obese column. I absolutely get that. And so then here, working our way down, and then you determine a weight that's healthy for you. For me, I talked to my doctor and I thought about me as a person, my build, what I could continue and maintain. What was something that was going to be a sustainable decision for Amy? Not this perfect low little weight. What was sustainable? So I picked 158. 158 right in here. And I was really happy and content with that decision. After I was there for a while, I went on down closer to 150, but go ahead and do a search for yourself. There are several of these tables online. For me, this is fun. So let this be a jumpstart to you and taking a look at your BMI, for taking a look at your height, and take a look what they recommend as far as healthy weight, overweight. I want to do a video in the future. I've mentioned this before because it was many months ago that a good friend at school said, have you done a little research project on the history of BMI and how it was always meant to be something that we looked at for societies and never meant for the individual? So this can be a little bit misleading because when I weighed 158, I looked fantastic. I had not weighed 158 in so long and so few times in my life. So to be like, oh, she's overweight, I was in a very healthy place, a very sustainable place, a place I could have been very happy at for my life. And so don't let this line right here between the green and the yellow be like the most important determining factor for you. You do your fun research. Think about your doctor. Think about your body type, what's right for you. Talk to your doctor and then make your decision. Okay, what's next? How many calories should you eat to maintain your weight? This was really important to me because I really stayed on MyFitnessPal. I think it was paramount in how smooth my journey went. I met my goal weight in 5.5 months. So counting calories helped bring me peace at the end of the day to feel like, yes, like I can have the peace and contentment that I know I did it today. I was doing something that I had wanted to do for a long time. I did not have experience in reaching goal weight. So every day could have put me way out of my comfort zone. Am I doing it right? Having that MyFitnessPal and knowing right where my calories were, I needed that. So when I got closer to my goal weight, and if I had kept eating 1,200 calories, wow, like I would have went below what my goal was. So I needed to raise my calories. This was extremely helpful for me. So I'm going to look at women's in a second, but this is men's. So how much do they weigh? So my son was saying he weighs about 220 pounds. This is the kilograms column. This is if he did not work out at all. This is if he works out 1 to 3 hours, 4 to 6 hours, 7 to 9. This is just a suggestion, not a hard, fast rule. It's going to be different for different people, but I think it's a great starting point. I think it's a great educational tool. And so this gives him an idea of how many calories he needs to intake to maintain his weight. And the great thing is, a lot of us are keeping track of our weight. Maybe we're doing it on a piece of paper. For me, I did it right there on my app. I always use the free version. Some of you have found other apps that you enjoy where you're tracking your weight. It's just a matter of doing that little dance at maintenance. And sometimes you have to lower your calories and then you start maintaining. Sometimes you find that you're still losing. You need to add some calories. Okay, now I'm maintaining. In some ways, yes, it's a little bit scary to be at goal weight finally and trying to figure out how to maintain it. But for me, doing these videos in our community, I've talked quite a bit about my dance at maintenance and trying to find my sweet spot when it comes to what dose am I on? How often am I taking it? What am I eating? How is my weight going? Oh, my weight is going down. Oh, my weight is going up. I like to embrace situations like this. So I find it super fascinating, and I hope you do too, because being all nervous about this, it's not going to change your journey. And so I find in times like this, just have fun, smile, do your very best. That's all you can do, is do your best. And that's what we're all doing. We're all trying to give ourselves the best life, the best health, the best future. So let's take a look at the women now. How many calories should women eat to maintain their weight? So this is me right about here at 150. In kilograms, it'd be around 68 and a half. And so this is me if I was not working out at all, maybe around 1,600 calories. I'm over on my treadmill getting done. I have found for me that around 1,800 to 2,000 calories, I'm not gaining the weight back. I love having a range. Some days are going to be a little bit less. Some days are going to be a little bit more. I haven't done MyFitnessPal stringently in quite a while. I think it's kind of like when you're in the weight loss phase, you kind of get used to the size of your meal. And I was really finding that I was getting myself in a rhythm. I'm finding the same thing at maintenance. I've been at maintenance now, mid-May, and now we're at, towards the end of February. And so, seven or so months. Exciting stuff. Let's see, actually closer to 8 or 9 months. Wow. So many of us, when we were starting to hit goal weight, one of my friends online said, okay, well now it's, can I maintain it for a year? And I completely respect that. I love that. Like, yeah, can I maintain it for a year? And I remember, okay, it's been 6 weeks down. It's been 8 weeks down. So for me to say it out loud, like how long I've been at maintenance, that is not a small thing. That's a huge thing. So I hope this is helpful in helping you start to calculate how many calories you should be eating. And the very last thing that I want to show you is the basal metabolic rate. Okay, basal metabolic rate. So this is the minimum number of calories you need for basic functions at rest. And the reason I like the basal metabolic rate is because it tells me where I am, how many calories I need just to sustain my current weight without activity. So basal metabolic rate. So this is quite an equation. So your basal metabolic rate, if you're a man, it's your weight in pounds times this number plus your height in inches times 15.88 minus 5 times your age plus 5. I was like, oh my goodness. Then take a look at the women. I mean, this is the equation. But thankfully, we have the BMR calculator. You can find it online, many places. If you do a Google search for BMR calculator, you can find it there. Okay, I am going to test it out on me. Okay, so I click over and here we are. My current weight, 149 pounds. And in feet, I am 5 feet and 7 inches, 50. All right, calculate. If I was sitting on the couch all day long, 1,328. That's my basal metabolic rate. And I'm so glad that I am not losing muscle and building lean muscle mass and getting up and walking and being active and cardio, staying fit, building a strong body. So as you determine, okay, what is going to be my goal weight? How many calories do I need to intake to maintain that goal weight? I hope that this has at least been a great springboard for you to start your own research. For a lot of us, this kind of stuff is brand new, so it has been very fun to deep dive and read more about. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.